he could to try to keep that down at least for a while. My guess is they're going to want that field down again between games, hopefully. But it is a definitely windy day, but they're here to play, and we're here to bring you the games and, of course, get those started in just a moment. So let's go through the lineups and introduce you to Valencia High Lady Jaguars. Batting first, number 4, Cambria Garley. At shortstop. Batting second, number 22, is Courtney Tafoya at catcher. Number 3, batting in third, is Audrey Ash in center field. Batting fourth is number 15, Rosalind Rael at third base. Batting fifth is number 10, Samantha Lopez in right field. And batting sixth is 25, Alana Pacheco at first base. Batting seventh is 55, Alyssa Barunda at second base. Batting eighth is number 12, Leanne Lopez in left field. Batting ninth is number 42, Miana Barron. We're going to say Barron, and listen, it might be Barron, but we'll say Miana Barron, the pitcher. And your reserves are number 23, Lauren Brandt, number 2, Brooklyn Wagner, number 1, Alyssa Foster, carrying a short bench under direction of head coach Eli Mieta. They come in at 2-10 on the season. They have started district with a win, 1-0, but they're coming off of a loss against West Las Vegas, 19-9, and they are ranked 25th in New Mexico 4A. For your Lovington Lady Cats, your batting order, number 1, number 2 is batting first. Number 2, Ana Quiroga, the catcher. Batting second, number 4, Honey Morales, your designated player. Batting third, number 17, Zabri Rodriguez in right field. Number 4 spot is number 3, Angelina Corral, your third baseman. Batting fifth is number 5, Leda Hernandez at shortstop. Batting sixth is number 6, Zimri Ellis in center field. Batting seventh is number 9, Jocelyn O'Geen at first base. Batting eighth is number 15, Sabri Sanchez at second base. Batting ninth is number 11, Daphne Udahada, your starting pitcher. And number 10, not batting tonight, is number 21, Bailey Garcia, your flex player, but she is in left field. So we are going to take a break for the national anthem and be back with your Lady Wildcats softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Welcome back to Lady Wildcats softball from Wildcat Field, a doubleheader against Valencia, and getting ready for that first pitch. And I gave you the lineup, the players for the Lady Wildcats. Their reserve players are number 1, Paisha Gonzalez, 12, Braylon Hernandez, 16, Yaya Garcia, 19, Andrea Hernandez, number 23, Johanna Ochoa, number 77, that is Jabri Rios. So your Lady Cats come in at 10-3 off of a loss last night, 3-1 against Berlin. And it was a game that Lovington certainly had their chances. They had too many errors in the field that left too many runners on base, and they just didn't get the job done last night. But I feel like that's probably going to make them extra determined today to come out and put a couple of W's in their win column and improve on the season and get that much more ready for district, TJ.
Well, you certainly hope so. As we get ready to start this one, we're going to be looking at 67 degrees first pitch and winds gusting up to 55 miles an hour out of the southwest. So hang on to your hats out there.
Definitely. And we have a group of dedicated fans in the stands already for Lovington. Of course, that trip from Valencia is
It's
about
not an easy one. It's about a 6-hour trip.
Yeah, and
because there's no easy way to come.
Apparently, they ran into all kinds of weather, snow, wind, almost tornadic activity, and so
apparently they came through Mountain Air and then over to Encino, and that's not a great road.
First pitch is fouled off back to the fence for strike one on number 4, Cambria Garley, your shortstop and leadoff batter for Valencia. She also happens to have 5 stolen bases on the season, so we know she's a left-handed batter. She probably can bunt, slap bunt, and is quick on the bases if she gets on. Oh, and that is going to hit her. Says she kind of ran into that. She was going to do that slap bunt from the left side, and she started moving against the ball, and the ball came in and hit her. You know, that's kind of one of those, she's already started her movement, and the ball comes in. So it's I'm not even sure, in that case, especially if she moved out of the box at all, I'm not sure that that's a good call. And we may see a lot of hit batters with this wind. It may be a factor. And there's a strike on the outside corner against Tafoya as Garley took her base and is hit by pitch. In the books, officially, Tafoya up next. She's your catcher for Valencia. And first pitch, and that is going to just miss the outside corner. Wow. So no outs, 1 runner on. Tafoya at the bat. And again, very, very windy here. And luckily, that is going to hit the outside corner and be a call strike. So that's 1-2 count. Yeah, 1-2 count on Tafoya. No outs, a runner on first. Ash awaits on deck, and Rael in the hole. And a swing and a miss for strikeout number 1 and out number 1. And that is going to bring to the plate Audrey Ash, the center fielder, batting in the 3rd slot. So 1 out, 1 on. Here in the top of the 1st inning on a windy Saturday, first of a doubleheader here at Wildcat Field. That misses high and away for ball 1. 1-0 the count on Ash. Rael on deck and Lopez in the hole now. Udahara in the circle for Lovington. Quiroga behind the plate. Holguin at first, Sanchez at second, Hernandez at short, Corral at third, and that comes in, and it's going to be a ball, so 2-0 the count. Two know the count. 1 out, 1 on. Wind
continues to just howl and the dirt's blowing.
I mean, it's enough that it's making Urahara on the mound. There's a throw down to second. It gets behind and all the way into center field. Ellis has got it, but by the time she picks that up and throws it in, a stolen base turns into 2, and Garley sits over on third base.
Yeah, and that's you're going to get the stolen base, and then the error, the throwing errors, that one sailed a little bit in the wind. That's going to be something to definitely pay attention to as this game moves on, as Coach Mieta trying to put a little pressure on early with a 2-1 count now at Ash at the plate and just 1 out. So what do you think?
Oh, I figured you were going to go ahead and just take it there. Ground ball over to third. Corral throws it over. And that does bring in the run. Garley scores across the plate.
And so
Ash is going to get reach
on an E5, but get the RBI.
Still gets the RBI for that, but it's not a true hit.
So 2 quick errors for Lovington. Put them down
1-0. As 1-0 is the score. It's a 1-0 count. 1 out, 1 runner on, 1-0 is the score. Rail at the plate, fouls it off, out of play, off to the right for strike 1. 1-1 the count.
And yesterday, Udahata having a good day in the ring. She struck
had 9
out
strikeouts yesterday. 1-1's the count. Swing and a miss for strike 2, 1-2. Lopez awaits on deck, Pacheco in the hole. Lovington really, especially after giving up the 1 run early on, they need to seal this off and not allow any other runs across the plate. That is going to miss high and up and in for ball 2. That's going to run the count even, 2-2. 1 strikeout already for Udahata. She had no walks yesterday. She had 9 strikeouts. She did not pitch the entire game as Sabri Sanchez came in relief and finished up that game, but Udahata takes the loss. And there's a strike on the outside corner, called strike. So second strikeout, second out. And that's going to bring up Lopez to the plate, the right fielder. So 2 outs, 1 on. Lopez really, Wildcats really needing to go ahead and get this 3rd out efficiently if they can and get in the dugout. They're going to need to get their bats swinging. They did not have good offensive production against Berlin last night. They left 7 stranded 7 runners on base. And they didn't have a lot of hits in that game against Berlin. But they didn't take advantage of the runners that they had. When they did hit and they walked and were able to get on. That is going to be a call strike, a snap throw from Quiroga down to first as Olguin holds the tag on. But scrambling back safely was Ash. Ash, by the way, she's got a lot of speed. She plays center field, and she has their best fielding percentage, a perfect fielding percentage for Valencia. And that is going to be a call strike on the outside corner. So now it's a 1-2 count on Lopez. 2 outs, 1 runner on, 1-0 your score. As yes, Valencia showed up. I mean, they made this trip. I'm sure they thought, we're making this trip. We're not going to show up for nothing. And there is a swing and a miss, so 3 strikeouts, 3 outs. And the damage is done, though, as Valencia is able to put on 1 run on no hits. There was 1 error and 1 left on base, so we're going to go to the bottom of the 1st inning. Lovington coming up to the bat. They trail 1-0, and we'll be back with Lady Cat Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
The Valencia Lady Jaguars strike first. They get 1 run, no hits, 2 errors committed by the Lady Cats, and they leave 1 runner stranded after a half inning. It's Valencia 1, Lovington coming to bat. And with the call, here's Dawn Morgan.
Top of the order, of course, it's going to be Quiroga Morales or Rodriguez as Nahi Quiroga, the catcher. She was only 1 for 4 against Berlin last night, but she did hit a ringing double. The best hit ball for Lovington of that game, and then got stranded out on second base as Lovington was only able to play 1 run in that game against Berlin last night. They just had some problems, but they're hoping to fix those today and have better results in both of these games. What they need to do is you got to play them 1 at a time, but they'd like to have 2 wins against Valencia today. But already they've got a little work to do as Valencia came out, proved that they're ready to be here and to play. And despite their record so far of 2-10, they want to take 1 against Lovington and 2 if they can. Lovington needs to battle back. First ball is going to come in low and outside for ball 1 against Quiroga. Quiroga popped out, grounded out, flied out yesterday, and then hit that ringing double. There's going to be a call strike on the outside corner, even to count 1-1. Quiroga starting things off, Morales on deck, Rodriguez in the hole. And Lovington can't afford to get behind. They've got to answer runs and go ahead and start off and be as aggressive as Valencia was.
Well, this Valencia team gives up a lot of runs. I think they're averaging about 5 runs a game on offense, but they're giving up around 12. So
yeah,
that could be good if Lovington can get the bats going.
Exactly.
Yesterday they picked up, well, I'll finish the thought after the pitch.
And the pitch comes in high and outside for ball 3. So 3-1 count on Quiroga, who can work the walk as well as she can hit. So with a good eye, she may get on base. She's speedy. She does her own running. And Lovington needs to have their heads on in all ways, in base running, in batting, and fielding today. They got to bring their A game. And that pitch is going to be high and inside, and Quiroga does work the walk. So what it would indicate to me is that teams are not having any difficulty hitting Valencia with the kinds of runs that they're giving up and the kind of run rule games and shortened games that but having said that, you never know. Sometimes a pitcher can just have your number as a team and you might just struggle. Lovington struggled against Berlin last night with a pitcher who was not overwhelming. She just got the job done, had a lot of spin on her ball, and Lovington had trouble just gauging the speed and getting a true solid hits off of it. She shows bunt, pulls the ball back, and there's a throw down to second. Quiroga successfully steals, as the bunt was meant as a screen, as the steal sign was on for Quiroga, but the pitch came in and it was a strike.
Yeah, it was a good pitch and a good throw, but good running for Quiroga. And what I was going to say was Lovington, when they got aggressive later in the game, they seemed to start getting slightly better contact.
And there is a hit at the pop. It's going to go out to just behind second base. Borunda gets back, but can't find it in the sun and drifting back. So get the glove on it, but is not able to catch that. And so that is going to be bases are loaded, and there's just a little ball that falls in there around second base and is going to score one and give Rodriguez an RBI.
That was correct.
Corral an RBI. I'm sorry, I'm looking down at the book saying the wrong one, but an RBI.
Yeah, just
single.
a little bloop single.
Just a little bloop. It just fell out there right around second base, just too far away for anybody to either come in or go over to get it. And so an RBI single brings in Quiroga. So now we're tied 1-1.
As Coach Mieta going to come out and talk to his squad.
Bases are loaded as Morales was able to go to third. Rodriguez is sitting on second and Corral on first. So Morales reached on the error. And Rodriguez, again, with an E5, she reached on the error. And now Layla Hernandez comes up to the plate with no outs and bases loaded. And Lovington is primed to do a lot of damage in this first at-bat. And that pitch comes in. It's a good one over the outside corner for strike one. But I think Layla just wanted to get a look at the ball. And she has. She's seen it. Now she's ready to hit if she gets something hittable. That's going to miss outside for ball one. So 1-1 the count. No outs. Bases loaded. Lovington's already put one across. And we're tied at 1-1 here at the bottom of the first inning. The first of a doubleheader against Valencia. Hernandez at the plate. Ellis on deck. Olguin in the hole. And that ball goes behind Hernandez and gets past Tafoya and will score one on the wild pitch. So Morales comes in on the wild pitch.
All right, I'm expecting the Harry Doyle moment here.
And the runners move over, so first base is open now. And Hernandez has a 2-2 count on her. 2-1 count, rather.
Now 2-2.
Now 2-2. I guess that was prophetic, maybe. So count even on.
So what are the lotto numbers tonight going to be?
Hey, I bought some tickets yesterday, but I didn't. It was quick pick. Oh, and a swing and a miss, but the ball dropped, and the throw down the first is dropped. So Hernandez is going to reach, and that's going to bring the runner in, and then a bad throw at the plate. But Tafoya corrals it before the Corral at third base can come in. So Hernandez strikes out, but reaches.
Yeah, then an E2 going to be called because she just threw that one away.
An error, throwing error.
That's three errors, rather, for Valencia here in this first inning.
Right. And Rodriguez has scored. So we are at 2-1 now. Hello.
And now Zimri Ellis will step in with a 4-1 Lovington lead.
So a strikeout, 1 out.
No outs.
No outs, that is. Sorry about that. Strikeout is, and Zimri Ellis hits a ball, but it goes foul down the third base line. And boy, the wind really caught that and picked that up. So Ellis with just a long strike on her.
Again, Lovington they've been aggressive and they're taking swings, but they are not making solid contact again this afternoon, kind of like last night.
And high fly ball over on second base, and Borunda reaches up and catches that.
But again, didn't use two hands.
Didn't use two hands.
Very
Notice
dangerous.
that. She kind of swatted at it, so you really need that second hand up there to help that, because if that had come out of the glove, it would have been another error. So Ellis with the pop out. And there's a hit, a line drive shot out into shallow right field. We'll score 1, we'll score 2. And that's going to be a 2 RBI single for Olguin. So 2 RBI single. And Corral, Hernandez both scored. So we're up to 5-1 now, your score. And that's a long fly ball headed out to center field, and Ash comes under that. Only has to move a couple of steps. I'm surprised the wind didn't really play with that worse than it did. But Sabri Sanchez gave it a ride, but a fly out to center field for the second out. And that brings up Daphne Urahara, the pitcher, to the plate, batting in the 9th slot. So 2 outs. Bases, one on base, 2 outs, 1 on. A foul back out of play for strike 1. So 0-1 count on Urahara. If Lovington can stay alive, if Urahara finds her way on, we're back up to the top of the order. And that's a little off-speed pitch that stays way high, kind of gets hung up in Barron's hand. 1-1 the count now. Sanchez, fly out. Bringing up Urahara. Olguin on first. Lovington still a chance. And there's a high fly ball. It's going to land and hit the fence between left and center. And that is probably going to score 1. Yes, there's a throw into the plate. Not going to be in time. And Urahara has an RBI double. So well hit ball. Nice line drive shot out there that went deep into left center. Hit the fence. And it actually was played pretty well out there by Ash.
And so now a 6-1 lead, and looks like we will have a courtesy runner check into the ball game as Braylon Hernandez will come in to run for the pitcher Urahara, and now we turn it over to Quiroga as Lovington has come out and they have been scoring, and yeah, that was a ringing hit for Urahara. Interestingly enough, off the hitman sign out there.
That's funny.
Is this like
Yeah,
a Bull Durham hit the bull and win a suit? I mean,
all right.
Yes, we can find
or a 6-pack in another field, maybe.
Yeah, well, a 6-pack of Coke. I don't think you can do that in high school.
No. So, I mean, on another field somewhere. And a line drive shot out into left field is going to go over Lopez's head and, again, go to the fence, and that's going to score 1. And that's going to be an RBI stand-up double for Quiroga as Lovington has batted around. And +1, and Quiroga working the walk and scoring her first time up to the plate earlier in this at-bat. Now has that RBI double and stands out on second base. And 7-1 is...
Yeah, it's
1, 2,
7.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it is 7-1. Just making sure that... And a swing and a hit, a high pop fly heading out to center field. Ash thought she had that one, reached up, and it went behind her. And I think did she get a glove on that? I saw her. Did it just
I think it went over her glove as she had positioned for, but the wind caught it at the last minute. So I think we give it a double.
Yeah, I don't think that's an error out there. So Honey Morales with a double.
And an RBI because
Yeah.
it cashed in Kidoka.
It did. So she is standing out on second base, and Kidoka crossed the plate on that. So, and there is another hit, high fly ball coming over from left field. Was Garley trying to get it, or rather Lopez trying to capture that. She had help from Garley at short and Ash at center, but that was an error. All three of them out there, really. So, but I got to say that was an E7 that puts Rodriguez on, and it's an RBI. And that finally ends the at-bat for Lovington as a little pop shot, little line drive out to shortstop for the third out. So that is going to do it for Lovington, who got to the point where they were just hitting the first pitch they saw. And that makes things very quick for us here as there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 runs.
9 runs.
9 runs in that, 8 and then 9. That's right. Morales scored from second. So 9-1 is your score as we scramble to get the book caught up as Lovington is off and running 9-1 against Valencia in the first of a doubleheader here at Wildcat Field. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcat softball coming up on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
For the Lady Cats, 9 runs on 5 hits, 4 errors committed by Valencia, and 1 runner left on. We head to the second, Lovington 9, Valencia 1, and with the Lady Jaguars coming back to bat, here's Dawn Morgan.
Thank you very much, TJ, as it's going to be 6, 7, 8 in the order coming up for the Lady Jaguars of Valencia. It'll start off with Pacheco, Alana Pacheco, the first baseman. She's up. Borunda on deck. Lopez in the hole. First pitch is going to miss high and outside for ball 1. It's been a minute since Urahara has been able to throw, and I didn't look down there to see if she was staying warm or not, but that was a long at-bat for Lovington, and she just took her regular warm-ups and is back at it, but it may take her a minute to dial back into the zone here, and yes, that's low for ball number 2. So 2-0, and when you're in the dugout for a long time, or even if you're part of it and out there batting, and I think she had a courtesy runner for her, it takes you a little while, especially early in the game. There she comes, brings the heat right over the plate, swing and a miss for strike 1. So 2-1 the count. She did a nice job in the circle last night. She had 9 strikeouts, but unfortunately, she was the losing pitcher, and it's tough to have to write that down.
And just gave up 1 earned run in that ball game.
And no walks, and so she did an outstanding job, did her job last night, but still had to take the loss. That is going to hit the inside corner beautiful, as Urahara painted that inside corner all night last night against Berlin and was able to notch a lot of those strikeouts with that pitch right there. She worked both the corners, inside and outside, last night and did a nice job. And off to a good start today. 2-2 the count. That's going to stay high for ball 3.
First full count worked.
As she's got 3 strikeouts in the game. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Beautiful pitch, a lot of heat right on the outside corner. A nice little breaking action on that gets Pacheco swinging. So her 4th strikeout, first out in this at-bat. And up to the plate now is Alyssa Barunda, your second baseman, who just caught that little line drive shot to end the at-bat for Lovington. That is going to miss low. It was over the plate, but low for ball one.
Quite a bit of heat on that. If she could pull it up about maybe 2 inches, that's a strike every day.
Yeah, that's
and hard to handle right there where it would have been.
Yeah, if she could hit that just right. What you want is that pitch right at the knees. And maybe a little to the inside or outside. And there's a nice pitch on the inside corner. So 1-1 the count. After Barunda, Lopez, the left fielder, is on deck. And then Barron, the pitcher, in the hole. So 1 out, nobody on. And a swing and a miss as a good breaking ball got suckered Barunda into swinging. Her bat was about a foot short to be able to reach it, though. 1-2 the count.
3 of her Ks last night were on that exact same pitch. So very effective weapon for her.
And that comes in a call strike, and there you go, right at the knees over the center of their plate. Although Barunda was shaking her head, thinking that was low, but the ump disagreed, and so that is a strikeout number 5 for Urahara, and that brings Lopez to the plate. Her first plate appearance. We're here in the top of the second inning. Your score is 9-1. Lovington leading, the first of a doubleheader against Valencia on a windy Saturday here at Wildcat Field. And that is just going to miss catching the corner to the outside. 1-0 the count. So 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the order, you want to go ahead and get this batter if you can. Get back in the dugout. Lovington with an 8-run lead right now. And there's a check swing at a low ball, and the appeal. And the ump down behind first base said she did break the plane, so he called that a strike. 1-1.
Wow, from up here, it looked like she'd held it off.
And Quiroga is the one who appealed and said, hey, would you appeal down to the other ump? And that is going to just miss the outside corner. So ball 2 now. 2-1 count. Another big gust of wind coming across.
Yeah, we are seeing 55-mile-an-hour wind gusts is what the Weather Service said just a few minutes ago.
We are under a red flag warning and a high wind advisory. There's a swing and a miss as Urahara changed up. Just 2. Yeah, just two strikes, 2-2. That's what I've got. And the change speed had Lopez swinging ahead of that and under it. And there's a swing and a foul back to the screen to stay alive.
And Lopez has choked up slightly just to try and get a little bit better head control and barrel control out there. And I think that helped her get a piece of that one to stay alive.
And she has stayed choked up on the bat. So 2-2 count. A swing and a miss as Urahara again, a little change up, and Lopez with the swing not in time. So 3 up, 3 down, all 3 strikeouts. And in fact, Daphne Urahara accounts for all 6 outs in the game so far against Valencia. So we go to the bottom of the second inning. Lovington is leading 9-1, and we'll be back with more Lady Cat softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Urahara strikes out the side. 1-2-3 go the Lady Jags in their half of the second inning. We go to the bottom of the second. Lovington 9, Valencia 1 with the call. Dawn Morgan.
Thank you very much, DJ Miracle. And yes, it is the heart of the order for Lovington. It's 5, 6, and 7 in the lineup with Leila Hernandez coming up, followed by Ellis and Olguin. And they batted around and then some, about a time and a half through the batting order.
13 up in the first inning.
And
do that again, and this could be a 3-inning ball game.
That's true, because there is the, is it 15 runs
15 after three, yeah.
10 runs after 5, or 15 after 3, and Lady Cats are up 9-1. Layla Hernandez smacks a line drive shot out into left field. Oh, and falling forward to get it is Lopez, and she managed to hang on to that ball after a couple of errors out in the field last at bat.
Coach McCraw just puts his hand on his knees like, she laced that one.
That's right, she did. Layla
Lopez
Hernandez
grabbed onto it.
First pitch she saw, she smacked that ball and got robbed of a hit by a good play and a good catch out there in left field. So a fly out to left field, and now Ellis hits the first pitch she sees down there to third base, and Rael able to knock it down, but can't make the throw. So an infield single for Ellis puts her on first base. And that brings up Jocelyn Olguin, first baseman, to the plate with 1 out, 1 on.
Olguin with the 2 RBI single her last time up.
And she shows bunt, but it's mostly just a screen out as the steal sign was on. A throw down to second base is not in time. Although they handled that throw better than that first throw when Quiroga stole second in the last at bat, and she was able to take third. So at least that throw was more on target. And but a stolen base has Ellis on second in scoring position. And this ball, high fly ball headed out to center field. Ash comes under it, catches that. A tag up and a throw down to third, but a slide in under it for Ellis, who was able to tag up and steal third. So the throw, again, not a bad throw, as Ash had a good catch out there in center field and threw the ball over to third base, but not in time. So now...
And now they're asking if if she tagged up properly. And
well, I saw that she did. I saw that she was tagged up. I was watching out in center field as Ash caught the ball and then saw her tag up and take off. And, I could tell that was true. And another high fly ball headed out between center and right left field is going to hit the fence and is going to give... is definitely going to give Sabri Sanchez a double, an RBI double. An RBI double puts her on second base. It brought in Ellis. The 2 outs. And now 10-1 game. 2 outs, a runner on second. And Daphne Urahara, the pitcher, up to the plate. She swings and laces into the first one that she sees, and since that she was way out in front of that, pulled that over to the left out of play. It was a blistering foul ball for strike 1, though. 2 outs, a runner on second. 9-1 or 10-1 is your score now. So 10-1, and a chance to increase that if Lovington can just keep the line moving here with Urahara. Urahara had an RBI double her first time up, and there's a long fly ball headed out. It's going to be foul out in deep left. So a long strike 2 for Daphne Urahara. She just needs to straighten it out, find the fair part of the field to hit that in. And if she was able to just move that over a few feet, then that probably would have been an RBI double. A nice shot out into deep center left field. Hits the corner. Hits hits the fence is the word I was looking for. Hits the fence, bounces off. Ash makes the throw in, but not in time. And it is an RBI double. So again,
what are the lotto numbers tonight?
Yeah, just ahead of things. So courtesy runner out for Urahara, and that's going to be Brianna
Hernandez,
that's right.
Number 12.
That's right.
So now Quiroga will step in.
And Urahara out on second base. Top of the order for Lovington as Quiroga comes to the plate. She had an RBI double and crossed the plate, and a walk and crossed the plate. Her first plate appearances. And that pitch is low, and it gets past Tafoya, and it's going to move Urahara, or the Hernandez, the courtesy runner, over to third on that. I think that was a pass ball.
Yeah, it's
it was
a pass
low.
ball.
She just didn't block it out. So a pass ball puts Urahara closer to crossing the plate. and it's a 2-0 count. And a little foul that stays in the box, so 2-1.
Pretty good spin on that coming from Barron as it hit the turf and just started spinning like a top. That means it had a lot of spin on it coming in.
Morales on deck, Rodriguez in the hole, and now it's interesting. The home plate ump is headed over to say something.
Saying
is it
something
about
to
the
the
dugout? Maybe are they outside or?
Yeah, I think maybe
know.
telling them they need to
Make
close
sure
up,
that they-
stay behind the fencing and the screening in front of the dugout.
All right. So just a word to the dugout, a little warning. 2-1 the count now, and Quiroga, she hits a long fly ball out to center field. Ash coming under it, makes the grab, and finally ends the at-bat. So a fly out to center field for out number 3 ends Lovington's at-bat, but they do put 2 runs across and are able to take this game and make it 11-1 now. They've got a 10-run lead going in as it'll be top of the 3rd inning, and Valencia coming up to the plate. And we'll be back with more Lady Wildcat softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
In the Lady Cats half of the second, 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors committed by Valencia, and 1 runner left on. We head to the 3rd, Lovington with the 10-run lead, 11-1. Valencia coming back to bat, and with the call, here's Dawn Morgan.
It's the Lady Wildcat softball here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Thank you very much, TJ. And yes, we are here in the top of the 3rd inning on a windy Saturday afternoon, the first of a doubleheader against the visiting Valencia Lady Jaguars, and Lovington with a commanding 10-run lead over them right here. So Valencia has got some work to do. And Urahara's first pitch is going to be high and outside for ball 1. And we are here at the very bottom of the order for Valencia. It is number 42, Miana Barron, the pitcher, up to the plate. And that is going to just miss high and outside for ball number 2. Short bench that Valencia is carrying. They've got the 9 players. They've got 3 reserves listed. You know, one thing that they you mentioned that they did not commit any errors when they were out in the field against Lovington in that last at-bat. That's an improvement for them. They had 4 errors in that first at-bat for Lovington, so they were able to tighten some things up and do some improving things. And they did. They held Lovington to just 2 runs in that at-bat. Lovington was able to get the 9 in their first at-bat. So Valencia may be tightening things up as well and trying to get back into this and make this more competitive. And that is going to be a call strike on the inside corner. So 3-1 count now is against Barron, first batter up for Valencia in this at bat. A swing and a foul back to the screen keeps her alive at the plate. Now the count is full.
And this is normally where Urahara will come back with that little cutting fastball that runs away, or come back with the changeup inside to get the K.
And she also has a good fastball on the inside corner. That is the changeup on the inside corner, and the call strike as Barron, I guess, thought that was going to be inside, but a nice strikeout. And so far, Daphne Urahara accounts for all of the outs in this game against Valencia. And that's going to bring up the top of the order back to the plate. It is going to be Cambria Garley, who is your shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and she was hit by a pitch, stole a base, moved over on an error, and ended up crossing the plate. She represents the only run that Valencia has put on. She's a left-handed batter. She watches that one miss outside and away for ball one. So 1-0, 1 out, nobody on. Top of the third inning. Valencia trailing 11-1. And Garley does that. She's left-handed batter, does the little slap hit or slap bunt. This is a ground ball to Hernandez, and Hernandez makes the stop, bobbles it just a little bit, and then makes the throw. And that's just that little hesitation in that bobble.
It's not an error. It's an infield single, I think.
I don't think it's an error. That's what I was getting to, is that I just don't think that made any difference in being able to get her. That was just half a second juggling of that ball, and Garley got great speed.
Good speed and coming out of the left side box, too.
She just beat that out, and shows bunt, but meant as a screen as Garley trying to steal second, and she does. The throw was on, but I think Hernandez had some trouble hanging on to it because Garley slid into her. No interference call, but
it was strike one at the plate to Tafoya.
Yeah, and Garley is able to add to her stolen base. That's she's got 6 stolen bases on the season now. She came in with 5.
Now and she's got 7 because she had one
7.
in the first inning too.
That's right. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's going to be low and inside, but swung on and fouled away for another strike. That's 1-2.
I believe it's 0-2. Yep, 0-2.
All right. Yeah, sorry. I'm making sure that I don't stop broadcast here. My score bug went a little crazy.
It's the dirt and the wind.
And that gets behind Quiroga a little bit, and that Garley doesn't need much to encourage her. And boom, she's right there. So she steals third on that pass ball as Quiroga just kind of lost the handle on it. It did come in low. So Tafoya at the plate, Ash on deck, Rael in the hole. That is going to miss high and outside. So Lovington needs to try to keep, although, they could give up a run for an out. They're way ahead here, and if it comes to that, if it comes to that decision, you're going to take the out. Oh, and a nice one. As I guess that's still another girl again.
Yeah, that's strike 3.
That's 3. As Ash was pretty sure that was 3 as well. I'm thinking I've got it that as third strike as a strikeout. And Ash on deck was moving up like, hey, I think you struck out, and she did. So that is out number 2.
And strikeout number 7.
Yes.
Sorry,
Ash comes
8.
to the plate. And a strike on Ash. And Quiroga keeping her eye on Garley down there on third base, as Lovington would like to keep her from scoring. 2 outs, runner on third. Swing and almost a swing, a check swing. She did not go. So that's going to even up the count, 1-1. 2 outs. That runner on third.
And that looked like closer to breaking than the one they actually called earlier. So
11-1 is your score right now. Lovington would like to get this final out without allowing it to become 11-2. Swing and a miss. So 1-2 the count now. If Ash found her way on, Rael's on deck and Lopez in the hole. And so far, Udahara accounts for every single out in this game. And a strikeout as she swung, that was a low and outside ball, but Ash swung anyway, I guess maybe thinking to protect the plate, but strikeout, and that's 1, 2, 3 up, 4 up, 3 down with 3 more strikeouts for Udahara, and that ends the threat as Valencia put a runner on and had a runner in scoring position, but could not move her in. So the score stays 11-1. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th inning. More Lady Cat softball coming up on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
No runs for their first hit of the ball game, no errors, and one runner left on for Valencia in the top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third, Lovington 11, Valencia 1, and with the call, here's Dawn Morgan.
Well, thank you very much, as it is going to be 2, 3, and 4 up for Lovington here. Morales, Rodriguez, Corral in order. As Lovington with the 10-run lead right now, they would like to increase that, and if they can, this game would be over. If they could get 4 more runs,
5 runs.
5 runs would make it 16-1, and that would give them the 15-run lead, and that would end the game. So if they were able to get 5 runs across in this at-bat, they could end this. And Quiroga hits at the first pitch she sees. It's going to drop in. A little Texas leaguer in shallow right field. Lopez coming in, Barunda going out. Nobody can get to it. So Morales is going to reach on a single.
Yeah, just the little bloop single got up in the air, and the wind knocked that one down. No chance for Barunda or Lopez to get out there to it. Fell into no woman's land, as they say, and still Lovington going to try and start the line moving. Now Zabry to the plate.
Zabry Rodriguez, your right fielder coming up. She reached on an error and got stranded her last time up. She reached on an error and crossed the plate her first time up. This is her third plate appearance. And with no outs and a runner on, she's in a position to do something about that. A hot grounder finds its way between shortstop and third out into left field. Lopez stops it and throws it in, and that is going to move the runners across. So Zabry Rodriguez is on with a single, and that puts her on first. It moves Morales over to second, and still no outs, and brings up Angelina Corral, the cleanup hitter in the Lovington lineup, up to the plate. Oh, okay, Yaya Garcia. I just looked up when you said that. So Yaya Garcia is going to come in and pinch hit. So no outs, runners on first and second here in the bottom of the third inning. Lovington looking for runs. If they can get put to 5 across, this game would be over, and they would take a break and move on to the second of this doubleheader. Yaya Garcia coming in off the bench, one of the reserve players. And she takes a look at the first pitch, and it is on the inside corner. Call strike 1.
That was a nice pitch there. As Aaron threw it in, and it kind of broke down at the last minute. Hard to do with the softball.
That is going to come right over the plate, but I guess it was just a little bit high. I thought that fell in there, so and good for us that it didn't. So 1-1 count now on Garcia. She makes contact with that, fouls it off over toward the Valencia dugout for strike 2. So 1-2 count on Yaya now. Yaya, a hitting specialist, as she comes in. And there's a ground ball that's going to find its way into right field, and it is flubbed by Lopez out there in right. It's going to score 1. It's going to score 2, and Garcia has a 2 RBI double. It was a clean single, really, and she moved over on the error because that was well hit and found its way between first and second base out into right field, and then Lopez just didn't get down on it and stop it. It went past her.
Yeah, I think you credit that as an RBI single, and then Zabry Rodriguez scored on the E9.
The E9, so 2.
And that's where Yaya moved to second. So
2 RBI single, and as I said that at the beginning of that is that she did move over on the throw. So, and she will have a courtesy runner.
It'll be Angelina Corral checking back in to run.
So after Morales was able to cross the plate, Rodriguez crossed the plate. And Lovington has 2 of those 5 runs that they wanted, 13-1 now. And Layla Hernandez at the plate. She hits a hits one straight up the middle, and that's going to roll all the way to the fence, and that's going to bring in one and put her on second base, and then the throw in goes past third base, and she's able to go all the way to third base. So it's a double for her, but she reaches third on the throwing error. So that is going to be an RBI double for Hernandez. She moves over to third on the throwing error, and that brought the courtesy runner for Yaya Garcia in.
Angelina Corral scores, so
that's right.
Corral went in for her
right.
position there. So now
Corral
Ellis
scored, and Hernandez is on third.
So now Ellis will step in representing the winning run with nobody out and a runner at third, and the potential winning run coming to the plate.
Yep, it's 14-1 right now. So if Hernandez were to cross, that would be 15-1. And then the potential winning run is Ellis at the plate. That would make it 16-1 and would be the 15-run rule after three runs. And Hernandez is going to cross the plate on the pass ball because that really was not a wild pitch. It's just Tafoya lost it in the dirt.
Yep.
And couldn't get the handle on it to toss it over to home in time.
It's actually Johanna Ochoa at the plate for Ellis.
For Ellis, okay. So
I just noticed it's 23, not 6.
Yeah, so. And I couldn't see that number from here, so I wasn't watching that at all. So that is going to be a ball on her as Hernandez crosses the plate on the pass ball. And a high fly headed out to deep center field. Is it going to be over the fence? It is, and that's the winning run, and Lovington has done it as, wow, Ochoa hits it out of the park and just straight over center field right in front of the flag. And that is a solo home run, and it's the game-winning run that Lovington needed, as now it is 16-1, and with the 15-run rule, they have beaten Valencia in this first of a doubleheader. So that is it. Lovington did what they needed to do, and a solo homer by Ochoa puts the game away for Lovington. They win the first one 16-1. Now we'll have a break and be back with the second ball game coming up. But we'll go ahead and come back and wrap this first game up here in about 1 minute or so, and be back with more Lady Wildcat softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keep your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
And welcome back to Lady Wildcat Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Well, on the heels of that exciting finish, Lovington was able to win this one 16-1 on that 15-run rule after 3 innings. So they win it in dramatic fashion off the solo home run by Ochoa. But here is how they got there. Valencia scored 1 run on 1 hit. They committed 6 errors. They left 2 on base. Lovington scored 16 runs on 13 hits. They commit 2 errors. They left 2 on base. Winning pitcher Daphne Urahara pitched all 3 of the innings, and she struck out 9 batters. She was responsible for every out that was made in those 3 at-bats against Valencia. She gave up 1 hit, and that's but she also hit the very first batter that she faced, and that batter was Garley, and that was the run the one run that spoiled a no-hit. Garley actually, by doing that, she spoiled a no-hit shutout for Urahara, but Urahara still pitching well with the 9 strikeouts, no walks given up. They gave up just the 1 hit and the 1 hit by pitch. So your losing pitcher is Barron, who had, I believe, 1 strikeout? I believe
no strikeouts.
No strikeouts. Okay. Yeah, she did. She had a strikeout. Layla Hernandez.
Oh, that's right, but she reached on an error.
She reached up, but Layla was able to reach on the throwing error. So, yeah, she did have the 1 strikeout. And actually, she didn't issue any walks, did she?
Yeah, she walked Kiroga to start the game.
That's right. 1 walk. That was it. 1 strikeout, 1 walk in that game.
See, I missed the strikeout. You missed it. We cover each other
exactly. So we got it. So, yep, that was the story. So Lovington doing their job, coming out off the heels of losing to Berlin 3-1 last night. They scored 16-1, first win of this doubleheader here. And there will be a break, and we'll be back in probably about 20 minutes from now, I would imagine. So, because we've burned about 5-10 minutes in this break and talking. So, probably have that second game coming up in 20-ish minutes or so, maybe more here at Wildcat Field. So we'll take a break, but we'll be right back with this second game, Lady Wildcat Softball, on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Lady Wildcat Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and this is the second of a doubleheader here at Wildcat Field. The first doubleheader, the Lady Cats won in a run rule shortened game. Final score was 16-1 in 3 innings. And coming up to the plate for Valencia to start off this second game is going to be number 3, Audrey Ash. Her center fielder first pitch is going to miss outside for ball 1. That is Sabri Sanchez in the circle for Lovington. Daphne Urahara was the winning pitcher in the first game, striking out 9 with no walks, 1 walk and 1 hit batter. Sabri Sanchez with the 1-0 count on Ash. Second pitch is going to, just miss the outside corner. So 2-0 the count. Ash is your leadoff batter. Number 55, Alyssa Barunda, is second. There's a swing and a foul back to the screen for strike 1. So 2-1 count, as Barunda, playing shortstop for Valencia in this game, will be batting second on deck, and Elena Pacheco, the first baseman, in the hole. 2-1 count on Ash. Lovington wants to win this second of the doubleheader, and that's going to hit the outside corner. Nice pitch by Sabri Sanchez, brought the heat, and 2-2 count now on Audrey Ash. Ash played center field, and she's in this game and in the last game. She was actually she batted third in the lineup for Valencia in the last game. She had an RBI. She was the one responsible for knocking in Garley, had the RBI. She reached on an error, so it wasn't a true single, but she did get the RBI out of that and then struck out. She only had 2 plate appearances in that game, but she went 1 for 2 and now has a 2-2 count on her. Ooh, nice call strike on the outside corner. Beautiful pitch as Sabri Sanchez able to notch her first strikeout as Ash goes down looking at that. Strikeout number 1, out number 1. Barunda is now at the plate, and that puts Pacheco on deck and Rosalind Riel, your third baseman, in the hole. 1 out, nobody on, top of the first in this second of a doubleheader. That is going to miss outside for ball 1. So 1-0 the count. And let's see, Barunda hit in the 7th slot in the batting order in the first game. Swing and a miss. So 1-1 count. And Barunda struck out her one and only plate appearance in that game. Swing and a foul down the right base line, down to over toward the and beyond the Lovington dugout.
Valencia in that first game managing just 1 hit, 9 Ks for Urahara, who gets the start in right here in game number 2. So
yes,
she was responsible for all the outs, struck out the side all 3 times.
Yeah, we mentioned that several times during the game and then at the end of that first game just a few minutes ago. And that is going to miss outside for ball 2. So 2-2 count as Urahara in right. Now Sanchez is in the circle and Quiroga behind the plate for Lovington. Olguin at first, Rodriguez at second, Hernandez at short, Corral at third, and then left to right in outfield, Garcia, Ellis, and Urahara. As a timeout is asked for. And let's see, the home plate ump is calling Coach McCraw out for something. And I don't know.
I think maybe we've got something going on over. I think we've got something going on maybe over behind the dugout or something, because I mean, you've got Corral and Hernandez over there at the shortstop position,
right, just talking about something, and I've got to think that's Coach Eli Mieta over in the third base box. I think he was just checking. Maybe something blew over there, was threatening to blow into the field or something. A call, strike 3 on the inside corner as Barunda goes down looking, and that's the second strikeout and the second out. And that's going to bring Pacheco to the plate.
And an extremely windy still afternoon, and they did not wait the normal time between these games.
They shortened things up a little bit. And it is Pacheco, first baseman, for Valencia, up to the plate, and Pacheco struck out her only time up in that game in the first of the doubleheader, and that's going to miss high and outside for ball one. So 1-0 the count, 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the first in this second of a doubleheader. Lovington won the first one 16-1 in 3 innings. That is going to hit the inside corner. A beautiful pitch. 1-1 count now.
Sanchez has done a nice job coming in relief and then being kind of the number 2 pitcher for these Lady Cats. She's really worked hard, you can tell, on her left and right.
Yep, she varies. She's worked hard, and you can tell she varies her speeds. She varies her pitches, and she can paint the inside and the outside corners.
Had a couple of Ks last night in relief.
Has a lot of spin on her ball. And there's a swing and a miss. It might have actually foul tipped.
Yeah, I think maybe caught just the end of the bat there, just a little tink out there.
So 2-2 is the count on Pacheco. Rael waits on deck and Tafoya in the hole if they get that far. Lovington would like to get this batter and send them 3 up, 3 down. And that is going to catch the outside corner. So strike, that's a call. And all 3 batters went down looking. 3 up, 3 down. And no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the first inning. We are scoreless in this one, but back with more Lady Wildcat softball on Lovington Sport 22 and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
And welcome back.
There's no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base in the top of the first inning. Lovington coming to bat. No score yet in this one, and bottom of the first, here's Dawn Morgan.
Thank you very much. Your batting lineup for Lovington. Number 2, Anahi Caroga, the catcher, then followed by number 4, Honey Morales, designated player in this game. She won't be playing out of the field, at least not to start. 17, Sabri Rodriguez batting in the 3rd slot and playing second base in this game. Batting 4th is number 13, Angelina Corral at 3rd base. Batting 5th is Leila Hernandez at shortstop. Batting 6th is number 9, Jocelyn O'Keene at first base. Batting 7th is number 15, Sabri Sanchez, your pitcher. Batting 8th is 21, Bailey Garcia in left field. Batting 9th is number 11, Afni Urahara in right field. And at number 6, Zimri Ellis is your flex player, and she's out in center field. So Quiroga, Morales, and Rodriguez up first, second, and third for Lovington. They want to get their bat swinging. They want to be aggressive early. They want to put runs on. They were able to win the first game in a run rule shortened game, and they would like to just start getting runs on the board immediately. The first pitch is going to miss outside for ball 1. That is a different pitcher in this game than we saw in the first one. This is Lauren Brandt. In the circle, she was a reserve player and did not bat or play in that first game. And same catcher, Tafoya, is behind the plate. So.
And I notice out in right field, Wagner, who's getting the start in this game, is playing basically in the gap out in right center. And the center fielder, Ash, is well over in the gap in left center. So they're planning on with the wind and with Lovington pitch, taking it over to the left side.
So there's very much of a shift out in that left and on the outfield, a shift over toward the left for sure. The infield playing about where they would normally play, but they're playing it back. Second and short, right back in front of the grass, the outfield grass. So 2-0 count on Quiroga, leadoff batter for Lovington. Oh, and that's going to go, that's actually going to hit her. That was a wild pitch that it was headed for behind her, but I think it clipped her foot. So she's hit by pitch and will take first base, and that brings up Morales to the plate. Honey Morales, designated player. She played second base for Lovington in that first game and batted in this second slot. And in that game. She reached on an error and scored, and had an RBI double and scored. And then she had a pinch hitter for her in that third plate appearance. That's going to be high and go all the way back to the backstop, and that's a wild pitch that allows Quiroga to steal second base or to move to second. So.
And Brandt just needs to settle down out in the ring. She is yet to throw a strike.
Yeah, she definitely is kind of all over the place. As Pacheco is on first and Foster is on second.
Well, this may be a case of Tafoya telling the batters, like Crash Davis, don't dig in.
And this pitch comes in the dirt, and Quiroga takes off for third. There's a throw down, but not in time. So Quiroga steals third base and now is in even better scoring position for Lovington. And there is a 2-0 count now on Honey Morales at the plate. Let's see.
And
that pitch comes in. Yeah, that's going to be in the dirt as well. So 3 straight balls. I was trying to get my diamond figured out. We didn't have much time when the lineups came up to be able to get the books filled out.
They finished the lineups and went to the field.
Yeah.
So there was not much time.
So we're scrambling getting the books finished, caught up. And this going to miss inside, low and inside. Ooh, and it does. It hit her. It hit the dirt first, but then it did hit her, I think. So she takes her base. So 2 hit by pitches. Now has runners at the corners.
And it looks like
Lovington
the Valencia head coach, Coach Mieta, going to come out and just try and settle his pitcher, Brandt, down. Yeah, Brandt in the ring, Tafoya the catcher, Pacheco, Foster, Barunda,
Lopez is out in left. I was just getting to that. Lopez is out in left, and Ash is in center, and then Wagner is in right for Valencia. As I complete my diamond here. All right, so we have the coach. That is Coach Eli Mieta, the head coach for Valencia, taking a timeout and just talking with Brandt in the circle.
Yeah, Brandt's thrown 8 pitches and hit both batters and has not thrown a strike as of yet.
Rodriguez at the plate, Zabri at second base in this game. Corral waits on deck, and Hernandez in the hole. So no outs, runners on first and third rather. And that pitch comes in. It is going to hit the outside corner. So it looks like the timeout and the little pep talk did a good job for Brandt. So 0-1 count on Zabri Rodriguez now. Angelina Corral on deck. Layla Hernandez in the hole. And now Rodriguez shows bunt, leaves the bat down. The ball gets past Tafoya, and coming home is Quiroga. So Lovington is on the board 1-0, and on that throw and the move that sends Morales all the way over to second. So Morales is on second in scoring position, and Quiroga came home on the wild pitch or pass ball?
Yeah, wild pitch.
All right. I would call it a wild pitch, too. That misses high and outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count.
Always an argument, wild pitch, pass ball with the former pitcher in the booth.
Well, I'm it right, That's true. And sometimes it's a little of one, little of the other.
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes it's hard to tell. It was not a good pitch, and it was not, sometimes it wasn't blocked out or caught by the catcher. So it's hard to tell sometimes. Sometimes you'd like to give half of one. It's half wild pitch, half pass ball.
I don't know. We'll have to come up with a new
a new word.
A new notation.
And that is going to hit the ground and get away from Tafoya and allow Morales to move over to third. And it's a walk for Rodriguez. So runners again at the corners for Lovington and no outs. I'm not sure. Their pitcher was not doing a terrible job in that first game. It was Barron, and she only had to pitch 3 innings. So, and there's another hit. There's the hit batter again as that gets Corral's foot.
Well, some of this may be Coach Mieta trying to get, knowing, and Valencia's gonna give it all they've got. the whole game. I think there's no
Right.
question about that. But he may be trying to get some of his younger players some experience. They're outgunned,
be,
frankly,
too.
and just trying to see
Right.
what else he's got as they get back
Getting
into district and get some different players some
different
experience.
positions. They made a lot of changes out in the field and in the batting order in this second game as opposed to the first, and that is going to miss low and inside, but a closer pitch, closer to a strike. So 1-0 on Layla Hernandez. Bases are loaded, by the way. We're here at the top of the first inning. One run across already for Lovington. They lead 1-0. Bases loaded, no outs. Hernandez in the box. Sanchez, Ogin on deck, and Sanchez in the hole. Oh, and that hits Hernandez right in the hip, too. That's a tough part. Oh, right in that hip.
Fourth hit by pitch in now 5 batters
And
faced.
something's got to give at this, and I think we are going to have a change as Coach Miera is coming out. So that's an RBI hit by pitch for Layla Hernandez.
Don't see that all the time.
That's true.
So Brandt going to come out, and he's going to put his starter from the first game.
There's Barron is
back
going to
in,
go
as
back
Barron
in,
back
and
in,
that was my point a while ago, and I was saying, she only pitched the 3 innings and was not doing a bad job. And as a pitcher, a lot of times you can pitch back-to-back games. You can pitch 3 games in one day in a tournament situation. I mean, if it's just however much if you're conditioned and the overhand, it's not an overhand motion like in baseball. You have less wear and tear on your body. It's a natural motion, as they say, and if your fingers are tough enough, if your skin's tough enough to take it, and even if it's not, sometimes I know I got mine glued back together and it went right back out. If you just stop the bleeding and get back and continue to pitch. So if you're conditioned and you're accustomed to working a lot, if your hands are calloused up and your hand and your wrist and you're able to take that punishment, you can just keep pitching as long as you can hold out before you just run out of stuff. And so a lot of times you do see pitchers going the distance and then turning around, pitching multiple games or pitching doubleheaders sometimes. And so it looks like Barron is ready to step back in, and she inherits.
You can't close the book on Brandt yet because she's responsible for all 3 runners.
All of those runners on base, and bases are loaded. So now we have Jocelyn Ogin to the plate with no outs, and she hits the first pitch she sees. It's going to go foul, a blistering hit right down the third base line, but it is a foul ball for strike 1. So 0-1 count on her. And Ogin in the first game today in the win 16-1 victory, Ogin had a 2 RBI single across the plate, and then had a long ball out to center field, and that's going to be a little line drive over to second base, and the throw over to first. Is it in time? Nope. Scrambling back safely was Layla Hernandez. So Ogin out on the little line drive shot to the second baseman. Foster caught that and made the quick throw right away, and it was a good throw, but Hernandez able to scramble back safely. So line drive out to second base, position 4 in the book for the first out. That brings up Sabri Sanchez, your starting pitcher for Lovington in this game, and that means Bailey Garcia on deck and Daphne Urahara in the hole. 1 out, bases loaded, and that's the good news for Valencia is with bases loaded.
And they're actually going to come out and talk about the play over at first to see if that wound up being a DP.
Okay.
As Hernandez was kind of off the base quite a ways, and a good throw from Foster. It was a close play over there.
And I think that they're going to talk about it.
They're going to say they doubled her off.
Oh, that they.
So Layla will be out 4-3 for out number 2.
Yep, and so just like that, we go from no outs to 2 outs, and first base is empty, and a double play turn. And again, and I talked about Foster making a good play there, catching it and immediately making a good toss over. She had good presence of mind, so good basics and mechanics there by Valencia. And just catching Hernandez just a little too far off. So a DP. Now we have 2 outs, and we have Sanchez at the plate. And now first base is empty with runners at second and third. And a ground ball is going to get past Barunda at shortstop, go out to left field, score 1, score 2. So it's going to be an RBI single for a 2 RBI single for Sanchez. And that's going to put Lovington up 3-0 now.
4-0.
Nope, sorry. Yep, 4-0. Sorry about that. And that's going to bring up Bailey Garcia to the plate, left fielder. Sanchez on first after cleaning the bases off. Rodriguez and Corral both came in. First pitch is going to be in. It's a ball on Garcia. So 1-0 count, 2 outs, runner on first. But 4 runs across for Lovington in this at-bat. That's going to be inside for ball number 2. Almost got past Tafoya, is able to block it out. Comes up threatening to throw and keeping Sanchez on first. A swing and a high fly ball headed out to shallow right field, but coming under it was Wagner, and she catches it, and that ends the at-bat for Lovington, but not before they put 4 runs across, and they lead this one 4-0. So we're going to come back and go to the top of the second inning with more Lady Wildcat softball, and Lovington's Word YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
In the bottom of the first, 4 runs on just 1 hit, no errors committed by Valencia, and 1 runner left on. We head to the top of the second, 4-0 in favor of the Lake Cats. With the call, here's Dawn Morgan.
Thank you very much. It's 4, 5, and 6 coming up for Valencia, Rael, Tafoya, and Brand. Of course, their first plate appearances, as it was 3 up, 3 down in the first at bat for Valencia, and 3 strikeouts, and they all went down looking against pitcher Sanchez. First swing and a miss for strike 1 now on the Rael. Rael, the third baseman, is up first. Courtney Tafoya, catcher, up next, and then Lauren Brandt, the pitcher, in the hole.
Brandt,
I don't know. She was taken out, and she didn't trade places with anybody in the field.
Yeah, and she was also not listed as a flex player, so I think that means that
maybe she's
I think
out.
that means Barron's going to have to bat.
I think so. So we'll see when she comes up. But Brandt was listed in the lineup, of course, had not made it up to the plate yet. And swing and a miss for strike 2. So the count is 1-2 now. 1-2 on Rael.
Of course, with softball and the unlimited substitutions and things, they could go ahead and hit for Brandt.
That's right. Swing and a foul tip back to the screen. So Rael stays alive at the plate. 1-2 count. Tafoya on deck, and then probably Barron was going to be batting, but they might have somebody else. They could have a pinch hitter in that slot, so have to wait and see. And that's going to miss high and outside for ball 2. I think Sanchez just waiting to see, floating that one up there, see if she would chase on a 1-2 count. She did not, so 2-2. And that's going to miss low. And I think that clipped the corner, but just a little bit low. So that's going to run the count full now. 3-2 on Rael. As Sanchez notched 3 strikeouts, striking out the side in the first at bat for Valencia. Swing and a foul back to the screen. And Rael lives to see another pitch. Sanchez would like to put her away, or at least find a way to put her out if she does hit. Oh, very strong gusts coming across right now. It doesn't help that Lovington has big piles of dirt sitting out between the softball and the baseball fields out there. Swing and a miss. So strikeout number 4, out number 1 in this at bat, and that brings up Courtney Tafoya, the catcher.
Yeah, a lot of roofing and construction stuff going on here on the campus of Lovington High School, and yeah, there's just stuff blowing in, as you mentioned, between the two fields, and dirty afternoon.
Yeah, very much so. That wind is coming across from right to left across the field.
And it will be Barron coming up on deck. So
all right, so Barron, as Barron went back into pitch in relief of Brandt, will go back in the batting lineup as well, and the first pitch is in. And it is going to be a ball on Tafoya. 1-0 the count. With Foster in the hole. Or rather, Foster on deck now and Wagner in the hole. So Barron on deck to Foster in the hole. And the pitch comes in. It's 1-1 count now on Tafoya. Ooh, beautiful pitch right down the plate. Tafoya is not going to see a better one to hit than that. And she just watched that one. 1-2 the count.
Coach Miettes just says, come on, you got to swing at those.
That's going to miss high and outside for ball 2. That seems to be Sanchez's go-to on an 0-2 or 1-2 count. She throws that up there, a little breaking ball that misses a little bit outside to see if the batter will chase, and she did score a couple of strikeouts on that, and that's another one. So strikeout number 5 for her, out number 2, and Barron comes to the plate. So number 20, number 42, Barron, Miana Barron, who came in relief of the starting pitcher, is back in the lineup in her slot. So Miana Barron at the plate, and that is going to be a call. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Nice pitch. Is just right at the knees on Barron.
This is the same ump we had last night. He does call very consistent corners.
Yeah, he is. And that's gonna clip the outside corner. It's gonna be up around the letters. So 0-2 count on Barron. A swing and a miss. Got her swinging, and that's strikeout number 3. 3 up, 3 down. That's strikeout number 6 for Sanchez. And no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We're going to go to the bottom of the second inning. Lovington is leading this one 4-0. And we'll be back with more Lady Wildcat softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base in the top of the second inning. We go to the bottom of the second as the Lovington Lady Cats leading this one 4-0 and coming back to the dish. And with the call, Dawn Morgan.
Thank you very much, as it is going to be 7-8-9 due up for Valencia. Foster, Wagner, Lopez.
When they come back up in the top of the third.
That's right, I know. But for the Lovington girls, they are toward the bottom of their lineup, and they'll start with Daphne Urahara and then 1 and 2. So it's Urahara, Quiroga, Morales up due. Zimri Ellis, the flex player, playing center field, not batting in this one as of yet. So Urahara comes up. The winning pitcher in the first game today. She swings at the first one she sees and fouls it straight back. Almost hit the window here. A fan jumped up and tried to get that. It's spinning a lot. Tried to barehand that. I imagine that's stinging about right now.
I would think so. And one thing that Lovington did, especially as they moved through the game with Barron, is they got more and more aggressive, and looks like they're picking that back up here with Urahara.
And that one is going to miss inside for ball one. Yeah, Daphne struck out 9. Walked one, hit one batter in that first game, the winning pitcher. Nice job. She also did a good job in the circle last night against Berlin. And Sanchez is off to a good start in the circle in this game. Beautiful hit as a line drive shot into shallow left field is knocked down by Lopez. She bobbles it, but Ash comes along behind her to make sure that that stays a single. So a well-hit ball for Daphne Urahara puts her on first and brings up the top of the order. Daphne Anahikaroga, the catcher, she was hit by a pitch and ended up scoring her first plate appearance.
Also stole third, so.
Yep. And the pitch comes in. That's going to be a strike. 0-1 count now on Quiroga. So no outs, 1 runner on. Lovington leading this one 4-0. A high pop fly headed out for center field. Ash coming under it, and she gets a glove on it. Can't hang it. Kind of slipped forward and closed. It looked like she closed her glove on it right as it was hitting the glove. So she got a glove on it. Got to roll that as an E8, even though she was really. It's so tough out with this wind out
with this
there.
wind, it's
wow,
hard,
it is really hard. I think some of these errors would not be errors if it weren't for the wind. But we're playing it, and that's how you roll. So, runners on first and second as Urahara had to wait and tag up. It looked like that was going to be caught, but it wasn't. So, quickly now got a strike on Morales with runners at first and second, no outs.
And a pretty good curveball by Barron to get Morales out in front of strike one.
And that, she waits on it, hits it, sails it high, pop fly coming in on it is Ash from center field. Can't get to it in time and then overthrows third base, but that's not going to allow anybody to get home. But it does allow Morales to get to second base. So, and that does score Urahara.
Nope,
she's still on third. There she goes. There she is. I was looking, thinking, but Coach McCraw was actually in my way, in my view, right here. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe she did come in. So bases are loaded, and Rodriguez up to the plate. First pitch is going to be a ball. So 1-0 on Rodriguez. That is Xavier Rodriguez playing second base in this game. She was in right field in the first game today. That win by Lovington. So no outs, runner full, but a high fly ball. Ash from center coming under that, loses it either in the sun or the wind or both. Never gets a glove on it, and that's going to score 1. So I don't think that was an error. We're going to call that a hit because I don't think she ever got a glove on it. She just lost it in between the wind and the sun. Xavier Rodriguez with an RBI single is able to bring in Urahara from third. Quiroga moves to third. Morales moves to second. Rodriguez is on first. So bases still loaded, no outs. That is going to be high for ball 1 on Corral. So no outs, bases loaded, 1 run in, makes it 5-0 for Lovington over Valencia. This is second of a doubleheader. Swing and a ground ball, a chopper headed to shortstop, picked up by Barunda and fired over to first, but not in time. So that's going to be an RBI single for Corral, as there was nothing wrong. Decent throw. It just took too long. That was a chopper that took a little long to get to Barunda. So an RBI single for Corral puts her on first.
Yeah, it was dropped by Pacheco, but it wouldn't have been in time to get to Rodriguez or
been.
Corral anyway. So
not an error, but so we still got bases loaded now, and that is going to be a pass ball as Tafoya gets a handle on it, but Coach McCraw just keeps the runner at third. So Layla Hernandez up at the plate now. with a 1-0 count on her.
Layla, an RBI hit by pitch earlier. You don't see
Right.
that often.
Nope. A swing and a chopper goes foul down the third base line. So Hernandez giving that one a good whack. 1-1 count on her. No outs. Bases loaded. Your score is 6-0 now. 4 runs across in the first at bat for Lovington, 2 in this inning so far. Oh, a nice line drive shot out between center and left field. It's going to hit the fence and score 1. And here comes the throw. It'll score 2. The throw into third base is good, but all runners are safe. So that is going to be a nice 2 RBI double for Layla Hernandez. Good job. As Morales came across, Rodriguez came across, and Corral moves over to third. So runners at second and third now. Jocelyn O'Gean is up to the plate.
And O'Gean laced one in the first inning, but right at Foster at second, which led to a double play.
And now it's 8-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. And Lovington still going strong. No outs so far in this at bat. Timeout is called for. Oh, there was a problem of the wind knocked off a visor out there, I guess, off of Lopez in left field. So she's getting that back on. O'Gean getting back in the box. That is going to miss for ball 1 on the outside. Just a little too far out. Sanchez on deck. Garcia in the hole for Lovington. 1-0 count on O'Gean. Runners on second and third. She hits a long fly ball out in right field because of the shade over. There's nobody out there to get it. Wagner has to give it a chase. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2. And that's going to be a 2 RBI stand-up double for O'Gean.
And that's
Nice.
what you need to do. Just go with it. And she took it. Didn't try to pull it. Just shot it out into right. And so that plates 2 more
And
for the Lady Cats.
That means it's 10-0 now. 10-0. Still no outs here in the bottom of the second inning, with a runner at second and Sabri Sanchez, your pitcher, at the plate. She had an RBI single and got stranded her first time up. Oh, something rolling across, blowing across the field out there. Some bit of trash or something. First pitch is in, and woof, they need to take a minute. There's another strong gust.
I don't know. You sure it's not somebody's house blowing through out there? I mean,
It was a big piece of something. It looked like, oh, and then now the ump's hat has blown off. The ump is giving that chase out in left field as well.
pretty good up. Pretty good acceleration there for the man in gray out there.
Right. 1-0 count on Sabri Sanchez with no outs, a runner on second base. Lovington has put 6 runs across in this at-bat so far. They won the first game in a 15-run rule in 3 innings. It was 16-1. And there's a grounder headed to shortstop as it's picked up and thrown, but not in time as Barunda knocked it down. It was a slow roller, and she was playing way far back.
Yeah, so the
So
infield
it's just single, right? No error, just a single. Is going to keep in that. Also, because it was hit where it was, O'Gean stays put on second.
And we will have a courtesy runner come in for Sanchez.
So as the pitcher and catcher often will have courtesy runners in for them. And that's
Gonzalez.
That's Paisha Gonzalez out there running on first, and that brings up Bailey Garcia, left fielder, to the plate. She had a fly out to third base her first time up. And the first pitch is going to catch the outside corner for a call, strike 1.
But now the Lady Cats have batted around at 2 on, still nobody out.
That's right. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Garcia at the plate, Urahara on deck, and then top of the order, Quiroga in the hole. And there's a high fly ball headed out to shallow center. Giving it chase was Foster at second base. She couldn't get there in time. She makes a throw, and it's a bad throw into third, and that scores 1, and that's going to send McCraw is able to send the courtesy runner, Gonzalez. Paisha crosses the plate as well. So Garcia with an RBI single
Yep, and then moves to second on
moves
the
to
throwing
second
error,
on the throwing error.
which scored Gonzalez. Yeah.
RBI single. She makes it over to second. It did bring in Olguin and Sanchez by the time it was all said and done. So 12-0 is your score now. And hitting the first pitch she sees, it's a pop up. Foya gives it chase but can't get to it in time. She threw off her mask to try to see it better, but couldn't get over there.
And we actually have a pinch hitter. That's Hernandez pinch hitting. Oh, nope, it is Udahara, but Hernandez will pinch hit for Quiroga.
Okay. So they batted around here in the bottom of the second inning, and Udahara is at the plate after that foul pop. It's an 0-1 count, no outs, runner out on second. Bailey Garcia, left fielder, out there on second. And a swing, a decision at the last minute to swing at that, because I think Udahara realized, that's going to hit the inside corner. I think it would have been a call strike anyway. So 0-2 count. As she had a single, hit a single and scored her first. Ball is dropped and thrown down, and so Udahara will strike out, and that is the first out in this at bat for Lovington. So they batted around, and now we go back up to the top of the order, and Quiroga coming back up. She reached on an error.
It'll be Hernandez pinch hitting.
Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me.
That's Andrea Hernandez.
Is Andrea related to Layla? Layla, okay. Sisters? And Braylon. They're all sisters. And Braylon, too. Okay. Good to know. I wondered about that earlier when we were making the books out, and I meant to ask you, so. All right. So Andrea Hernandez gets a chance to stand up and see what she can do with one out and a runner in scoring position. It's going to be a call strike. Looked a little low, but it was over the plate. So 0-1 count on Braylon Hernandez.
Andrea.
Or Andrea, rather. Sorry. Got the Hernandez sisters on my brain. Swing and a miss. A good cut at it. 0-2 count.
Coach McGraw telling her, come on, you know better than that.
It's a very windy Saturday afternoon. Second of a doubleheader here. A swing and a miss. So
Nope, they're going to say she fouled it off.
Fouled it off, so she stays alive, even though there was a throw down to first. And yeah, he's saying a foul tip. The ump is saying foul tip, so she's still alive. So she's hanging tough at the bat. So one out, a runner on second base. Lovington leading this one 12-0.
And I'd like to see if they could just go ahead and push 3 more across.
Oh, and a foul tip back out of play. Again, almost came into the window.
We're just trying to get you a souvenir.
Andrea staying tough at the plate, hanging tough, fighting a couple off. Got to protect the plate. Try to find one she can get a hit off of. And a slap at that one, and that one is fouled out of play as well. It's a good thing she spoiled it off, though. So certainly might have been a little high for him to call a strike, but you never know. So you got to spoil them off if they're close. So now we're set and ready again. Oh, swing and a miss on that. So strikeout. She had a tough at bat though. She had, and that's going to bring up number 4, Honey Morales, your designated player, to the plate. Two outs, a runner on second, and Lovington putting 8 across the plate so far in this at bat. They scored 4 in the first, and there's a hit right back to the circle, then picked up and thrown over to first to end the inning. So that's one of those, as a pitcher, they scare you a little bit. She was able to pick it up and move it back over to first. So from 1 to 3 in the books for the third out. That ends Lovington's at bat, not before they put 8 runs across. And we're going to go to the top of the third inning. Lovington is winning this one 12-0, and we'll have more Lady Wildcats softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
For the Lady Cats in the bottom of the second, they get 8 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors committed by the Lady Jaguars, and 1 runner left on base. We head to the third, all Lovington, this one 12-0, and with the call, here's Dawn Morgan.
Thank you very much, TJ Miracle, as it's going to be 7, 8, and 9 due up for Valencia. Top of the third inning. And they've got some work to do, as 12-0. There is, of course, the 15-run rule after 3 innings, and Lovington was able to do that in the first game. And if they can hold Valencia, and they want to here, they want to preserve the shutout, the no-hit shutout, actually, that's going on so far. And 6 strikeouts for Sabri Sanchez in the circle so far. But they would like to hold Valencia here and then get in the dugout and score at least 3 runs and have another run-ruled win and pick up 2 wins today in the doubleheader. They're at 2. Their season right now, first pitch is going to be a strike. Right now, the Lovington girls are 11-4 on the season.
11-3.
Oh, sorry about that. 11-3, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 11-3.
Yeah, we didn't lose 2 games yesterday.
Well, I just had it written down as 3, and then or as 3 and then 1. So 11-3. Not trying to make it worse than it is. In fact, Lovington's got an excellent season going.
They do.
You know, just the 3 losses. That's it. That's great. And a 1-1 count. A little hit, a grounder over to Hernandez, who scoops it up, makes a good throw over to Olguin, and just like that. 1 out. So
But
6-3.
That is the first non-strikeout out that's been recorded in 2
right.
games for the Lady Cats.
That's true.
Now batting number 2, Brooklyn Wagner.
So 1 out, nobody on. Top of the third. Brooklyn Wagner, the right fielder, coming up to bat for Valencia. It's her first plate appearance. 1 out, nobody on. She shows bunt, and it's a call strike on the outside corner. So 0-1 count on Wagner. Lopez is on deck. That's Leon Lopez, the left fielder. And then back up to the top of the order with center fielder Audrey Ash. That is going to be another call strike on the outside corner. Beautiful pitch. So 0-2 count, as you can hear, a Lovington fan can say way ahead. That's true. 0-2 count for Sabri Sanchez. She's notched 6 strikeouts in this game. Make it 7. As she's Wagner chases a high one and goes down swinging. So 2 outs, nobody on, and bottom of the order, Leon Lopez, left fielder, up to the plate, first plate appearance. If she finds a way on, Ash is on deck, Barunda in the hole. Lovington would like to just get this out, get to the dugout, and get some runs, and have an early end. And she shows bunt and leaves the bat over the plate. It's a call strike anyway. I think it would have been a strike.
Yeah, it would have been, as Coach Mietta comes out and says, just swing.
So 0-1 count, 2 outs, nobody on, top of the third. Valencia trailing 12-0. Swing and a miss. So 0-2 count. As Valencia, just a lot of challenges as a team. That is going to miss for ball one. So
Lovington faithful wanted the strike, and that would have made a 9-pitch inning. Not quite an immaculate inning because of the ground out, but still a 9-pitch.
Is pretty efficient at least for Lovington. But Valencia, you know, they're there, they're fighting, they're 2-2. It's tough to play in these conditions, no matter what team. And so to make the trip today, to decide that they're on the schedule, they're going to make the trip despite the weather. They're going to come down, they're going to play the games, and to play in the conditions and in the face of so many runs to so few runs. You got to hand it to a team that's going to continue to play and continue to fight and do what they can. That is going to be low and, of course, run the count full. So 3-2 count now on Lopez. Of course. And there's a grounder to Corral, who is playing really far in. Makes the grab and the thrower to Olguin. So 5-3 in the books for the third out. 3 up, 3 down again with no runs, no hits, and no errors, and nobody left on base. We're going to go to the bottom of the third inning. Lovington leading this one 12-0. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcat softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcbcnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 1-2-3 go the Lady Jags in their half of the third. We go to the bottom of the third. 12-0 Lovington in the lead. And with the call, Dawn Morgan.
Thank you very much, TJ Miracle, as we are 3, 4, and 5 in the order for Lovington. Due up first is Rodriguez, who had an RBI single.
Pinch hitter, it'll be Hernandez.
It's going to be, let's see, Brianna Hernandez? Okay, Braylon Hernandez, sorry. Got the B written down, and I didn't have the rest of the name. All right.
It looks like Yaya Garcia is going to be on deck. So.
All right, so Coach McCraw getting some of his reserve players in and some experience at the bat. And that's a good thing. So when you're 12 runs ahead, this is a perfect type of game and perfect time to be able to get some reserve players, some good experience out on the field. So Hernandez will go in, and then Yaya Garcia will be on deck. And then we don't know who's in the hole. It may be Layla Hernandez, who is scheduled in the lineup, or it could be another pinch hitter. But 3, 4, and 5 in the order. And Lovington leading 12-0. They'd like to just put a few more runs on. If they could put 3 runs across in this at-bat, the game would be over again. First pitch is going to be a ball.
Joanna Ochoa walked it off in the first game
with a solo home run over the fence. That is going to miss low. I guess it's for ball 2. So 2-0 the count. As Barron in the circle in relief of Brandt, who started in the circle for Valencia in this game. And a swing and a foul tip.
Not sure that wouldn't have been ball 3, but close enough to, I guess, take a hack at.
And she can hit it close to the hands on the inside of the bat. Short end of the bat. So 2-1 the count now on Hernandez. And that's going to miss high for ball 3. So 3-1. Three and 1 on Braylon. Good chance to try to get on base and get something started for Lovington here. A swing and a hit right up the middle as it gets right by Barron. Barron can't get a glove down on it in time. That's going to be a nice single, and the throw back to the circle goes all the way back to the backstop, and that allows Hernandez to go to second. So she reaches on the single, and then on the error, she takes second base. So no outs, one runner on second. And Yaya Garcia is going to be pinch hitting for Angelina Corral. Corral had an RBI single and crossed the plate and was hit by pitch and crossed the plate in her plate appearances.
And then it'll be Rios on deck, hitting in place of Hernandez, looks like.
And Jabri Rios is going to be getting a chance at the bat as well.
So Coach McCraw getting some of his bench players in and seeing what they can do, getting competition in. That's a good thing.
It is. Again, this is perfect opportunity in this game. Second of a doubleheader here on this windy Tuesday at Wildcat Field. It's taken a long time for the ump to get this, to make a note on his official.
Well, his scorecard
lineup.
probably keeps blowing away.
I know. I mean, this wind is blowing. You'll see the pitchers get set on the rubber and then get blown off a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've had some 55-mile-an-hour plus wind gusts out here this afternoon, so
it's blowing.
Everybody's going to be getting dust out of everything when this one's done. Us included, we're up in the booth fairly sheltered.
Hey, I can't. Yeah, I feel having played games like this on dirt fields and in windy conditions. Yeah, first pitch comes in high for ball 1. In fact, it was a practice. It was a day very much like this when we were practicing when I was a kid on a team, and I'll finish the story in a minute after the pitch. A line drive shot over between left and center field, hits the fence and is going to score 1. The throw in comes in, is going to keep Garcia on first, but she's got an RBI single. So Yaya Garcia with a nice hit, and it brings in Hernandez. Hernandez, who reached on the single.
Now batting for Lovington, number 77, Jabri Rios.
So now no outs, a runner on first, and Rios hits the first pitch she sees, hits it on the inside of her bat, and sends it out of play off to the left, but a nice cut.
Yeah, pulled the arms in and tried to catch an inside one and got around on it way early and shot it foul.
And hits that one. It's going to go into shallow right field, and Wagner is going to pick that up. Yaya Garcia makes it safely into second as a nice hit again. Has Rios on first, so a single for her. And that moves Garcia over to second.
And that'll put the winning run on the base paths as now Jocelyn Olguin to the plate.
As it's 13-0 right now with runners at first and second. Jocelyn Olguin, first baseman, up to the plate. She had a 2 RBI double her last time up. She had a line drive out to the second baseman her first time up. So she's 1 for 2. Hits the first one and fouls it off over toward the Valencia dugout for strike 1. So 0-1 count on her. 1 across so far in this at bat for Lovington.
And Ochoa will be
straight
waiting on
hits.
deck, yeah.
Yeah. So Ochoa will be pinch hitting for Sanchez on deck. Olguin at the plate. Swing and a foul out of play off to the right this time. So 0-2 the count now on Olguin. No outs, runners at first and second. Lovington needing 2 more runs across for this one to be over early in a 15-run rule, 15 after 3 innings, 10 runs after 5. A swing and a hot grounder between short and third goes out to left field, and Lopez has trouble with it, knocks it down, loses the handle on it, but finds it in time to make the throw in and holds Garcia on third. Rios moves to second, and O'Gean is on first with a single, and that's going to bring up Ochoa, who is pinch hitting for Sanchez.
And I have a feeling Coach McCraw telling her, I know you got the homer in the last game. Just take what you're given.
Right.
And last game, he said he put her into pinch hit. He wanted to get her a hit in that ball game and at bat because she'd played so well in the JV game yesterday, and she paid it off with the home run.
And there's a nice grounder. A hot one's going to find its way past second into right field and will score one and will score two. The throw comes in, but not in time, and that's going to be a 2 RBI single for Ochoa, and that ends the game. As we said, the potential winning run was at the plate with Ochoa, and it does end the game. So Lovington is able to win this one 15-0. In a run rule shortened game in 3 innings. So it's it's Ochoa who scores the RBI. Both times. So very nice as Lovington able to pick up a pair of wins today over Valencia, and they go up to 12-3 on the season now. Great season going, and we'll be back here in just a couple minutes and wrap this one up and talk about what's up next for the Lovington Lady Cats, as it's another win over Valencia. And we'll be back with Lady Wildcats softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
And welcome back to Lady Wildcats softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And it is another run rule win for Lovington as they beat Valencia 15-0 in the second of a doubleheader here today. Lovington scored their 15 runs on 14 hits. They commit no errors. They left 4 on base. Valencia had no runs on no hits. They commit 3 errors. They leave nobody on base. And Lovington, Sabri Sanchez, your pitcher for Lovington's, had 7 strikeouts, no walks. So it is a shutout. It's a no-hit shutout for Sabri Sanchez.
And a perfect game because she
perfect
faced the
game.
minimum
That's true.
number of batters.
She did not have a complete strikeout. There were 2 outs that were not strikeouts in the 3 innings that she pitched. So this game only went 3 innings, but it is a no-hit strikeout, a no-hit shutout for Sabri Sanchez, and a perfect game for Lovington as they committed no errors out in the field as well in this one. So it is 2 wins. 12-3, their schedule now for Lovington, and I know that they're going to start district on the 16th at Portales. So they're just looking to continue to get sharp and continue to rack up the wins, hopefully, and increase their winning season that they've got going on, and look to go in as strong as they can against Portales when they start on the 16th. Anything, any thoughts or words about this game, TJ?
Just a good bounce back from last night. They came out, they had a plan, they got the bats clicking early. The pitching didn't let them down again tonight, and so hopefully back on the right track moving forward.
Moving forward is what we do. So we will look forward to the next opportunities to bring you Lady Wildcats softball. And thank you very much to the kindness and of the Lovington folks here up in the booth. And they're always thoughtful, and that includes the coaching staff, Coach McCraw, Coaches DePorto and Skinner. Thank you very much to our friends up here in the booth. And they always think about us and take care of us in terms of food and water and lineups, sharing lineups and all that kind of stuff. And we do appreciate that so much. So thanks to Lizzie Corral and also Mrs. Hernandez. And thanks to you for watching and listening. And congratulations to the Lady Cats. We're going to wrap things up here from Wildcat Field. Lady Wildcats softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.